You can achieve incredible things once you become clear and once you start planning. Hi, this is Mike Pettigrew, serial entrepreneur, best-selling author. I have a question for you. Have you started planning next year's goals yet? I'm making this at the very end of November, and by the time you see this video it'll be early December, and towards the end of the year I know it's important to try and wrap up any goals that you set for this year as quickly as you can. The last burst of activity to try and achieve them, but it's also an important time to start thinking about next year. What do you want to create? What do you want to create? Don't wait until late January or early February to plan your goals for the year. Start focusing on what you want to create and what things you need to wrap up in the next few weeks. Because if you're not clear of what you want in life, your life tends to drift. You don't have as much energy and zest for life. You don't have a clear direction. It changes everything. If you don't have a clear direction, you really can't achieve an amazing life. But when you are clear on what you want, everything becomes possible. So in the next few weeks, start thinking about next year and what you want to create, and just do a brainstorming session. Write down all the things that you want to achieve in your life on a piece of paper, and just spend 30 minutes at this, 30 minutes, 1 hour, becoming clear of what you want. Because if you don't do this simple step, things don't really change. If you don't do a brainstorming session, you won't be really clear on what you want, and life will tend to drift. But when you carve out a very specific path, the impossible can become possible. So how do you plan? How do you plan to achieve your goals? Well, as I say, very simple exercise to become clear on what you want, a brainstorming session, but you do exactly the same to know what action steps you need to take to achieve each one of your goals. Just brainstorm once again on a piece of paper any of your goals, put the name of the goal in the center of the page, and think about what can I do, what are the major things that I can do to bring this goal to fruition. Write them all down in any order. You can do this with mind mapping software as well. And very quickly, as you start thinking about how to achieve your goal, other ideas will come into your mind. Things that wouldn't come into your mind unless you did this brainstorming, this mind mapping session. So very, very simple. Start planning your goals for 2019, and your life will improve dramatically when you take action. If your goals are just hopes and you don't take action on them, and if you don't have a concrete plan, nothing much happens, and you arrive at the end of 2019 and you won't be particularly happy with yourself. Way in the past, I often have arrived at the end of the year, look at my list of goals, and so many of them I'd have to carry forward to the next year because I hadn't taken action on them, or they were more hopes or dreams, but I didn't take consistent action. But when you take consistent action, when you brainstorm, get clear on what you want, take daily actions, anything becomes possible for you.